welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a very different video than I normally post, so I decided I was going to try a different angle. My computer, I was just working on updating all my Goodreads to show like my shelves, so that way I can know how many books I own and all that jazz. So I had my chair like moved and I was like, this actually isn't a bad angle, so I decided I'd try it. So this video is going to be very different than most videos. This video I have no idea what I plan on saying, to be honest. You guys requested this when I talked about how my 6-year anniversary was coming up, and you requested talking about my Booktube journey. And I just recently passed my 6-year anniversary on Booktube, and I just felt like reminiscing and like talking with you guys about what these 6 years have really meant for me. So let's just get started. So it's so weird because to say I've been doing this for 6 years, like, that's a long time, but it really, like, hasn't felt like that to me. It hasn't felt like 6 years when I, like, think of 6 years of time. Like, that's insane. I remember back in 2012, it was September 2012, I had already graduated college back in the end of 2011. I graduated college a semester early, but I had started taking my grad school classes right in January, so I was probably about halfway done with my grad school career at that point, because I was going to graduate that following May. And at that point, I had just started student teaching and interning. Actually, I hadn't even started student teaching because I didn't start that till beginning of 2013. So I was just starting interning in my grad school program, and I had just really like picked back reading up that year. Prior to that, I was a really big reader my freshman year of high school, and that's probably the only time I could really remember being an avid reader before 2012 hit. I kind of fell off that bandwagon after freshman year. I think I got made fun of too much for it, so I like kind of stopped reading, and then I would only kind of like read in the summer. And it's funny watching my posts back in the day. I'd be like, I read 10 books this year. Who am I? And like now, like I'm reading in the hundreds. Like it's insane. But I had just recently gotten back into reading. I really was a beauty guru watcher. Like, I would watch all the beauty gurus and learn makeup tips and all this. And I really wasn't exposed to the Booktube world until a beauty guru, Elle Fowler, she started making these things called glitteratures, which were book videos. And I was like, this is cool. Like, and I was getting some book recommendations from her. And after that, all of a sudden, I was getting those, like, suggested books, like book videos to watch, and I was like, whoa, this is a whole other world. And I was getting so into Hunger Games, Divergent, Vampire Academy, the Maze Runner series, like all of those like 2012-y like popular books. Those were the books that I was reading. And I had friends that like kind of read, but like no one who really talked to you about it. And then if you were like, oh, I'm reading this YA book, they'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're an adult, read adult books. And I felt very alone in my reading. I really liked reading, but like I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. So fast forward again, like I said, to September 2012, and I was in bed. I was living by myself. I live with Bella, my cat, and I was like, Girly Girl Bookworm. It's just like a weird thing that just like came to me, and it's like funny because nobody could ever pronounce it. I'm kind of embarrassed by it. It sounds like a 12-year-old, but I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna try this, and I like whipped out my computer the next day and I filmed my first video. And if you go back and watch it, it's horrendous. My lighting is atrocious. My MacBook at that time must have been awful because it looks crazy. I have this very like, I'm going to talk to you voice, and it's a really bad video. Please don't go back and watch it. I also had no idea how to edit my videos. I remember filming like at that point I would commute back and forth. Like on the weekends I'd be with my parents, and then like the school year, like the school week, I would be down at my school. And like I remember this one video Bella was like rowdy. Actually, I don't know if I had Rowdy at that point, but one of the cats was scratching really bad at my door, and my mom comes in and she like ruins the entire video, and then I get this like tonal of like, you're ruining my video, and I was like, oh my God, like this sass I had was insane. I'm using the word insane a lot, I don't mean to. But it's so funny. I love going back and rewatching my videos. I think it's really fun to see that journey of where I've been in my life. I started this as a grad school student living by myself. Then I went to live with my parents, and I was doing this whole job hunt. I went from being single to like dating to kind of single again, like to finally like meeting the one, and now I'm married, and now I'm living in a house. Like it's so cool to like go back and be like, where was I then? Where is my emotional state then when I was trying to find a job that I didn't love, but now I'm working in a job that I love, like with a husband and a house and a dog. Like if you told 2012 me that, who knows? Like it's unreal. And I love going back and like even like the little things of like looking at like how my background changes, how I went from one little bookshelf I went from my window seat to a bookshelf to 2 bookshelves to like this monstrosity. Like what? And looking at my hair has changed so many times. For somebody who I feel like never gets her hair done until recently, like I have gone from like blonde with long hair to short dark hair to long gross hair to short brown hair again to back to blonde. Like it's so funny to like go back and like re-look at even like my hairstyle, how it's changed. And I feel like as much as like sometimes Booktube has gotten to me where I've had to take a month or 2 off, and it wasn't even like Booktube in general, it was more like my life was getting in my way. I'm really proud of how I don't regret any of it. Like, I am so glad that whatever came to me that night in that dream or whatever, like, I am blown away by when I look back at how far I've come in terms of myself as a reader, as being friends with you guys. There's so many people that I talk to, that I refer to on a daily basis in conversations where you would think that you were my real life friend. I'd be like, so today Amanda also read that book. And Patrick would look at me like, who's Amanda? I'm like, Amanda PA. Like, Amanda, you know Amanda, right? Or like, just like different people that I would talk about. Like, Alana I talk about all the time, like I know her. Shelly, I feel like I know her. Jen from Reading with Pugs, me and her have made a really good friendship. I talk about them like I know, like I am their like real life friend. Like we hang out all the time. Like that's how many really like good relationships I've made from this. And I feel like as much as it could seem like after 6 years that filming the same type of content would get so old, it really doesn't. Like I feel like that's the great thing, is it's always changing. I'm always growing. Now I vlog. Like, if you asked me back in 2012 if I would vlog, granted vlogging wasn't really a big thing then, I would probably look at you like you were crazy. And now I know how to sit there, I can edit it, I can put music on it, and it's one of my most popular videos. And I feel like it's just, I don't have words sometimes. Like, it's amazing. And when I think about the future, I think about how much longer can I do this? Like, is this going to be something that I can continue on for another 6 years? Like, is YouTube even going to be a thing in 6 years? Like, who knows? But I am really excited, and I feel like I've had this new, like, real life that's been happening the past few days, like, few weeks, where my content, I feel like, has been, like, amazing, and I'm inspired, and I want to be in front of the camera, and I want to be filming again. Because you go through sometimes those ruts where you're like, all I'm posting is hauls. What do I do? And this time I feel like I'm having new ideas every day of things that I want to do, and I'm having a really good time filming and providing content, and I feel like you guys are happy, and I'm happy that you're happy. So yeah, my Booktube journey has definitely had its ups and downs. It's had its times where I've had to step away, but I love the community. And if you're thinking about coming on to Booktube, the community is so great and they're so kind. I've had very little, I mean, on my end, I've had very little negative interactions with people on here. So I feel like just be yourself and just try it out. Like, I feel like I was such a nervous wreck when I first started, but now I feel so comfortable, like, behind the camera. I remember back in the beginning, I wouldn't even tell you my name. Like, I looked like a crazy person. Like, I was like, I'm not telling you my name. Because I was, like, so terrified it was going to get back to me and, like, somebody was going to find out where I lived or something like that. And now I'm like, my name's Nicole. Hey, how are you? Like, or I'm from America, but I'm not going to tell you where. And now I'm like, I'm from Connecticut. So it's just, like, interesting to see how I've grown and how I've changed through the years. And I think that if you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's a positive experience. You're going to make some good friends, and you get to talk about books. What gets better than that? So, this is my video. It was a really long tangenty video. I, like, had an idea of what I wanted to say, but I feel like I just wanted it to come from the heart, and I love you guys, and I really appreciate all of you, whether you've been watching me for years and I inspire you that way, or you're new and you're ready to take this next year of a journey with me. Welcome, and I cannot wait to see where my future takes me with this channel. You never know. Like I said, things that I have happened over the past 6 years. If you told 2012 me that, I don't know if I would have believed you. So I'm really excited to see where the next year takes us. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.